rings on me like I'm in Pittsburgh. Motion maker, record breaker. 6 on my chest like an LA Laker. Black belt MC, call me master. 6 on the beat, it's a speaker blaster. Bars are hot and bars are ready. I'm Little Caesars with the extra chetty. Extra style, extra flow. Drift for sale like 5 below. Yeah, in the club now like I'm Diddy. Counting these notes like I'm Nitty. Laugh to the bank, hit the gritty. Go and tell your mom that she really, really pretty. Yo, I called up your grandma. Said this the new age nostalgia. She said that last night she called ya. Said JVB is the future. Palace backpack, Nike snapback. Break truck, stop playing hack sack. All gas, whole lot of motion. Headbang, whiplash past the moat train. Soft stuff, fits on 10. Yankee fitted, even in my bed. Small town boys up next to bat. JVB make it get slapped. It's so brothers from another. Even if I wasn't, treat me like a cousin. I'm from California, speak a little southern. Cheap about a dozen. Can you keep a secret? Look who in my recent. She's so indecent. You don't want no beef with. You don't want no beef with.
Hands talk to me wild like they ain't trying to down, but y'all know what this is. Red on the couch and they both mahogany brown. Gap is so big it can see.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Houston Texans. Third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks his defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in the zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete. I'm getting paid, talking rap on the internet. If I ain't good, I ain't crab, I be generous. LA to Virginia, I just sold my latest song.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here
we go. 18, what's that?
Here's Stroud. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ward. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. A good pickup there at 21 yards.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Stroud out of the gun here. Open man is Collins. He's got it. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Second and 6 at the Ravens' 14-yard line.
Stroud working out of the gun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Texans. Samuel Porter, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0.
Texans 7, Ravens nothing.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. They'll run here with a rookie from Washington. And they'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fowler. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's complete with Zay Flowers with it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Now it's Jackson. Airing it deep for Fowler. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now he'll tuck this and run. Taking a shot for Dell here. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Take Dell. 67 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Ravens, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A good-looking return set up here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So we have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? And I think we're all starting to wonder with this early deficit, what will that do to the play calling? Do they go
Damn, I see you got infested with the man blitz shit too now, huh? Okay.
but it winds up incomplete.
Nigga, you been sitting in the house since the game started. Cut that shit, nigga. You getting infested with it. It's cool.
Here's Jackson. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It It's a big play there for Baltimore. 59 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Jackson now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Jackson. And it's caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Third and goal, Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely from 3 yards out. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Mixing up the middle. Up past the 25 to the 26. Get a foul. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing now is Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Where they convert on third with a gain of 22.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Stroud to throw it. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a 2nd and 6. To throw is Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, middle. You. Middle.
Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Owen. Report. 13.
On 1st down, it's Fowler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson airing it deep for Fowler. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. 38 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 14.
this one, tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
so rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the left side. Fowler. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing is Jackson. He's got this one complete to Fountain. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Jackson. He'll try to pick it up himself. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
And his kick here is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Well, that'll be incomplete.
complete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Here we go.
Stroud. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard.
Stroud off the play fake. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go. 118. What's that? 19 Texas.
Stroud will look to throw once more. To the right side and caught by Dell. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Back to throw. Jackson. Airing it deep for Fowler. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. To Mixon on the check down. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On 3, right? 18, what's that? Why Tony? Hey, south.
Now Stroud. He's going to look deep here for Ward. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And the Texans are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
18, what's that? Hey! No.
Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done? But they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That one goes for 30 yards.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
And this one is right through. And Charles, his name etched in the NFL record books. Just the 2nd field goal ever made from 66 yards as he ties Justin Tucker's NFL record.
And everything had to go right for that field goal to be converted. The snap, the hold, the protection, all had to be perfect. No wind working against you, and he nails that one. Congratulations on an incredible kick.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter.
Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
Jackson, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Will Anderson
In there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped it for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Looking to throw. Jackson.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That's going deep for Bateman.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Understanding he's just down one possession, trying to make something happen by extending the play, but the coverage downfield was excellent. He escaped and bought some time, but that one goes incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they have regained the lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they're trailing the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense. And that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back. The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Now it's Mixon running right. And this
just won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Once again, they'll run with Mixon. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They're going for it. Here's Stroud. And he is caught. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. And Stroud now to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Stroud working out of the gun. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Stroud. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. After the interception, here's Jackson. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
And the Raven first down.
Up the middle they go. It's Fowler. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Like, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Here's Jackson to throw. Incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. On 3rd down, it's Fowler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, That would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now 2nd and 3. Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Fowler. And the Ravens are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Hey, report. Hey, Ozzy, sit up.
Now it's Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fowler. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Stroud looking to throw. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. And incompletion as a result.
Here we go. 18. That's it.
Here goes Stroud again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
18. That's it. Hey, uno. Buggy. 11.
Stroud to throw it. He'll complete this one to Collins. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 37. Play action. Here's Stroud. A short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Sam Laporta with his second touchdown of the night. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down.
From the gun, Jackson.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Jackson now.
That's going deep for Bateman.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Just because you've got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10. Now Jackson. He's going to go up top again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack.
That sack doesn't change their offensive game plan. They always want to air it out and try and get the ball downfield quickly. They're going to have to block a little bit better, though, because the urgency and pressure just increase. Twice the distance now just to get a first down, and one less down to try and get it.
Throwing on second and long. Stroud over the middle, completes this to Ward. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
13 on the play. It's third down and long.
South. White, Tony. 11.
Throwing now is Stroud.
That's complete. It's Collins. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2. They'll run with Mixon. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Play action. Stroud now. Now he'll tuck this and run. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stroud. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Quiddy Pay in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. A big play looming on 3rd down.
Here we go. 18. What's up?
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long.
All right. 18. Hey, no more. No more. Bucky. 19 taxi.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Gardner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
All right. 18. What's up?
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
First down, Baltimore.
Hey, Ozzy, sit up.
Throwing now is Jackson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and can be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Hey, report. It's on. 180. 180. Yeah.
Here's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey. Come on. All right. Nice one. Report. Middle.
Jackson to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This is 1st and 10.
Oh, hey.
Here's Stroud. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here comes 2nd down.
118. Outside. South. 19 Texas.
Stroud to throw it. Caught left side. Here's Dell. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
On the quick, right? 18. Outside.
Now Stroud. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
That's complete to the Porta. An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Here we go.
Stroud. He'll try to do it himself. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Here we go, 1st and goal. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth. Wow. Wow. Well, that is the definition, Charles, of delivering under pressure. The game-winning potential. There's still a little time left on the clock, but the potential game-winning drive, and it was well executed.
I think we're going to remember this possession for a long time. We've called a bunch of games, but how about how they got it done down the stretch? Absolutely terrific. Barring some type of miraculous play in this last half minute, I think that touchdown just earned them the win. They really came up clutch when they needed it.
And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And able to get this out to the 25. Here's first and 10. Now Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. One last shot for Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this going to wind up incomplete. So they took a chance on a fake spike. Doesn't work out. But at least here, the clock does stop with the incompletion. And the Texans are moving on as we say so long, everybody. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.